tolerating the delay. Welcome to our 2022 virtual users group meeting for High Desert Traffic. If you do have your microphone unmuted, you might want to mute yourself unless you have a question. Okay, so today we're gonna be going over a few things. We'll start off with this introduction, and then we're going to go right into an update from Mark Hollenbeck. Assuming he's in here, or will be in there hopefully. He's going to talk about the the new study for passive data use of APT, probe data, and the like. Then we'll go over our high desert updates, a few new things. Kathy and Laura are going to go over that. After lunch, I'll be doing a turning movement demo, and then we're going to be talking about Java version 8 and why we're upgrading to that. And then Susie and Drew are going to talk about, and you guys are all going to have a virtual networking, talk about various issues that are kind of hot in the DOT world, and you can discuss your experience with those. And then we'll close up for today. Okay, just give me a second to turn it up. All right. And then tomorrow we're going to start at 7:30 Pacific again. We'll have a little compressed day, no lunch. We'll be going over the site map, the new site map that you're getting, or that you are getting with this new release. And then we'll talk about, and Laura and I are going to talk about the site map. And then we're going to go over other features. That'll be myself, Drew, and Catherine. Then we'll talk about the mobile app status. And then Margaret's going to give us an update on NAMEC 2022, which happened this year, and also talk about next year's NAMEC, which she's involved in. And then we'll talk about where we're going from here, and then you guys have your annual users meeting, and then you give us our feedback, and then we'll wrap up for the year.
And Joe, just a quick insert here for you. Margaret isn't able to join us today or tomorrow, so we will probably just HD, you and Drew can just have a few comments on NAMEC.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so how we are doing, just to give you an update. If you didn't hear, I had a pretty major health event last year, but I'm doing pretty well, I would say. I had a massive stroke pretty much a month after our last year's users group meeting, which pretty much disrupted everything on my end. It took me out of commission for at least a month. Well, really more like 2 months before I was useful for much of anything. But things are going well. You know, I'm still doing PT and OT and all the things, but with regards to my ability to work, you know, nothing really changed. I can still do what I need to do. I can still program. I can still, you know, do my job. Nowadays I work with someone else because I can't type. I don't really have any feeling on the left side of my body still, so I can't touch type or anything like that. So I have been working with Cindy, and now I'm working with Laura, and that's really helpful and useful. And so, but with regards to a lot of the irons I had in the fire at the time, you know, those were pretty much all disrupted. Like, for example, the mobile app, which we'll be talking about tomorrow, and a few other things like turning movements. There are some turning movement things going on, and stuff like that pretty much got completely disrupted for a couple months. But things are rolling around now. I am doing much better, and thanks for everybody that, you know, sent their well wishes and all of that. It was really appreciated. But hopefully that event is in the past, and we can just move forward. And speaking of Cindy, she got a new job. She's no longer with us. You know, if you don't know, Cindy was our main statistician. She led most of our cluster analysis work, as well as various things that we had for statistic stuff, and as well as doing report writing and a few other. She was kind of our main SQL person. She went and got a job working at the labs in Los Alamos with her husband, and which is really a better fit for her. I've been working for almost 30 years, and we never really exercised her statistician person. So she was really underused. She was a spotlight being used as like a little flashlight here. So she'll actually get to flex her stat muscles up in the labs, and so I'm happy for her. But it does mean that we did shift some responsibilities here. We had to do that for my health thing as well. Basically, Kathy proved once and for all that she doesn't need me. So a lot of my duties got shifted around. Susie took over a lot of the business stuff. Kathy essentially is completely taken over the Jackalope side of things. And now with Cindy gone, we're shifting report duties back to me and Laura, and SQL to me and Laura, and a few other things like that. So we're managing quite well. We're not going to replace Cindy. We don't really have enough statistical work to have a full-time statistician. She has agreed to come back as a contract if we need her to, or we have other people in the industry we can reach out to if we have major statistical work that we need to do. So there is a little bit of shift, and we are sad to see her go, but we're going to be just fine. With regards to our customers, pretty much the same group that we've had for a long time, and I think most of the people are represented here. I haven't gone through the whole list, but I've spot checked, and I see a lot of the same friendly names that I've known for years now. Our competition has mostly stabilized to drink well on MS2. I talked to Stephen Cropley from Transmetric a couple months ago, and they have mostly dropped out of this market to work on. They're focusing more on data collection. Like they go out, they do short-term contracts for states to actually collect the data now, and they don't really do much on our side of the world. So it's mostly Drake Well and MS2 with regards to competition. And that's all I have for our wrap up. I'm keeping it short because we had a slow start this morning. One thing the stroke also did is my speech is a little bit slurry sometimes, so I'm trying to speak slower, but I sometimes have issues. Anyway, does anybody have any questions?